Hey guys, so I'm excited to talk to you about my new printer. I got the H2D, but like let's not discredit these guys because I've been rocking these. This one's like 2238 hours. This one's got like 2030 some hours. Now I've just hit 103 hours with this, and I thought it was time that I do a video to talk about print quality, what it can do, how it stacks against the X1 Carbon, and go from there. I'm sure that you've seen lots of videos like this, but my videos always kind of directly connect with remote control and building custom models for RC and stuff like that. I'll show you some of the videos I've done in time lapse. You can check out my shorts. Maybe I'll put them like here or something. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be just doing that for no reason. So anyways, I'm going to pull these prints out. So what I did was I took two prints, the exact same amount of filament. I dried the filament the same amount of time. It's ABS. Same brand. It's Bamboo Lab ABS. And I run these two prints. And now I want to show you guys the difference and what happened between the two. So if you got one of these, or maybe you're in the market for a 3D printer, you're looking to buy one and you're wondering which one will work best for me, I wanted to just do this so I could show you what the difference was. So what I'm going to do now is pull them out one by one. I'm going to change the camera angle here so you can kind of see what's going on. So let's do it. Okay, so let's pull these out. So what I printed, guys, with 74 step-side Chevy beds. And I did them both at 20% infill and 4 walls. That's how I did it in ABS. I find that gives you lots of room for sanding. They're plenty strong. ABS is better than in the sun. And that's just how I do it on some of them. Some of them I do them heavier, more infill. But for these ones, that'd be perfect. So let's look at the differences here. I'm going to pull this one out first. Now the magnet on these is rugged. Now I've left these sitting for a solid hour because I want them to pop off nice. Sometimes you can damage your build plate if you pop them off too soon. You can get bubbles and stuff like that, and I don't want that, especially with my new build plate. These are a little bit more money, but you look what you get. So anyways, so let's look at this one. So if you notice, there's a little bit of slag on the back. I don't know. But one thing I did notice, guys, is when it bridged, it did sag a little bit, but not up here, just the first couple strands across. But that's it. So we'll set that one down. As you can see, it's clean. It's not bad print, and it'll clean up perfectly. Now back to the X1. Let's pull that one out. Oh, all right. And that's why I built these anchors down here, because when you pop them off, sometimes the magnet's so strong in these things, you want to anchor it down a little bit more. And also when printing ABS, you want to do that anyway, because it doesn't stick the same as anything else. I use the Bamboo Lab glue when I'm doing it, all kinds of great stuff. And this stuff is supposed to be for helping you get it off, but it helps you hold it down, and I use it. Sometimes I use the stick, but I really like this better. All right, so this print, it does look a bit cleaner. But if you notice, there's something funny about it that I noticed when it was doing it. Now, I sent the same exact file, the same exact slice. Well, I sliced it again, but I sent it to both. But look, that support went there. And then on the other side, it went the same place. So this is the H2D. And then on the X1C, it went here. So, I mean, that's different. Now, there is a line in this one, but that's where it switched rolls. Kind of always does that. That'll sand right out. That's no big deal. So if you look here, it's a little cleaner along the tailgate. I did notice when it bridged across, like this thing can print filament in midair. Maybe I got to change some settings on the H2D, but I did notice that it did give me an error there once. It said, something about it. I just went overlooked, and I was like, oh, well, that's no big deal. And I resumed continue. That way my prints kept going. Now, there is a time frame that we'll talk about too with these. So the amount of time that it took me is, so the X1C was 17 hours, 11 minutes. It took 434.16 grams of filament. The H2D come in at 17 hours, 38 minutes, 433 grams of filament, 0.53. And a lot of people online talk about time frames. And the thing about this is, like when you're printing something for 18 hours, I don't care about 20 minutes. I just care about quality and how it holds, and that I don't get failed prints. And I didn't get that. So I'd say both of these win at that. So that's awesome. It's not really a competition. I'm just trying to talk about what suits the needs of your average hobbyist kind of thing. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to take all the supports off of these, and then we'll have a closer look, flip them around, and see what we really think. So let's grab the H2D plate first. So first thing I do, I always kind of twist them like this, and that come off really good. We'll clean off the supports off of that after. So I did my supports with the top Z distance of 0.2, so they'd hold good. Because this is ABS, and honestly it sands out super smooth, so I don't really care about a little blemish there. So let's get these both stripped down. I'll speed this part up, and that way you don't get to sit here through the pain of watching me do this. Okay guys, so if you're into 3D printing but not into RC, don't worry about what we're looking at here. Worry about the quality of the print. So this one's the X1C. So this is kind of what we're going for. Looks mint, loving it. Perfect print, I think, pretty damn perfect. Couple things got to stand out. Same with the H2D. It does a great print, but there is some things that this thing has a major advantage on, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But yeah, check that out. So with the H2D, this is why I love it and why I wanted one and why I want 100 of them. And it can do like full bed prints in a long bed. Like this thing's wild, man. Like I've always had to do this bed in pieces. So you're pretty much tacking out with a bed this long in the X1C. That's all it's capable of. It can't do the width of this bed underneath it. It can't do the length of it. And the H2D does it for breakfast. It's nice. So that's the thing I like about it. And let's look inside the box and kind of show you the difference on these two devices. It's just phenomenal. It's crazy. I love it. And there's so much more we're going to do with it. But let's get looking inside of it. So you guys have probably seen one of these. They're in every office. But here's the bed size, 256 by 256 by 256. That's what it says. So another cool feature is it prints energy drinks. So you might want that. It's great in the morning, get you going, get you printing. But yeah, look around, check out the size. So that's that. So let's move over to the H2D. Look at this monster, guys. And this is, again, the reason I wanted it. So it's 350 by 320 by 325. And what happens is there's a little space on this side that only the left can do on the nozzle because I got dual nozzle. And a little space on this side that only the right can do. Also prints energy drinks. Awesome feature. But yeah, check it out. And another thing I like about it is this is made out of metal, not carbon. So that's great. It'll be nice for greasing it, you know, cleaning up nice, even though it's not bad on the X1C. It's not bad, but I just like this better. Feels more solid. I like metal stuff. I like RCs. RCs like metal stuff. So metal stuff is good. So a lot of cool features about this. Let's talk about the AMS. AMS2, the Pro. It can dry filament, guys. That's awesome. Tried it yesterday. Did a full drying cycle on the filament that I used on these prints. Did it with the HT as well. I did find the HT it heated up more. I don't know. It just did automatically. I didn't change any of the settings, but it dried the filament. Everything went good. So loving it, guys. I'm going to talk more about this. I'm going to get my camera back on the tripod, and we'll talk some more about the features and what we're going to be doing for projects with these things. And another great feature I should mention now is there's a window on the sides. That's huge. That's a huge thing for me because I like looking at my prints as they're going, and I'm able to see them from all angles. Now my windows and mine are green because I got the laser feature. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, that would have been handy to have a little window over here, even though this one's clear. So let's talk about one of the features that had me super excited as soon as I heard about this thing. It's a drying filament, guys, with the HT and the AMS Pro, the two. It's so easy, guys. So you go to your settings, you go under dry filament, and so I got mine set up. So you just literally click on it. Here's the HT. You literally look at it. It says PLA, so let's switch it to ABS. Oh, there it was, right there. Nope, not ASA. ABS. And there you go. So that's how easy that is. I gotta kind of fix my, boom, that's going. There we go. And your focus is better. So now we go back here. We want to do this one. It's got ABS loaded in it already. Again. And that's how easy. Way better than the old-fashioned way that you had to do it on the X1C. And to be honest with you, I've never dried filament in my X1C. I used an external filament dryer. We won't get into all that. But anyways, that's what a lot of people do. I don't want my printer sitting when I could be printing. Now, one thing that I think would be nice is if I could dry my filament while I'm printing. I feel like that'll be a thing later. But right now, as soon as you start to print, it shuts down the drying cycle for both AMSs, the HT and the AMS Pro 2. Or the AMS2 Pro, sorry. But yeah, let's look at the other one. So the way you had to do it before is you just went into your settings. So, you know, settings, toolbox, dry filament, and if you want to start a cycle, you set your settings here, throw the filament in on the bed. You know, still an awesome feature, but not something that I want to do, because if you look, it's just more when I could just have filament sitting there quietly drying while I'm sleeping, or whatever the case may be. Maybe I'm running these two printers to the right and filament's drying on the left, or maybe, you know, whatever the case may be. But I will really, really like it when I can dry filament while I'm printing. Let's talk about the other stuff that came with it. We'll get into that stuff in the future in other videos. I'm excited about it. I'm going to do some laser work, some cutting. It's going to be great. So we got these things which are for holding your material still on your laser build plate, I'd say. The guide, which as you can see I haven't opened yet, haven't had a chance, and some tools. You get a couple pieces of wood for doing your projects, just little samples. This is the build plate for cutting protection base. That thing is awesome. I just like how it looks. And then you got the one for the laser, which is awesome as well. So I'm super excited to dive into this stuff. Now let's look at the laser and the cutting tool and all that stuff. So I got the 40 watt laser. Can't wait to get that opened up. That's a bad boy I'm going to do some work with. Got the emergency stop button, which I don't use now, but maybe when I get the laser hooked up, I'll use it. And then you got the cutting module, guys. So this stuff's all included with that kit for the laser. And also you get a few little tools with the kit. You get an extra nozzle. I bought a couple extra anyway. You get some grease, you know, screws, little hardware, a couple Allen keys, which will probably never get used because I have my own tools. But if you don't, those are handy as well. So guys, I've done a lot of printing with all these printers so far. This one only had 103 hours, but I mean, that gave me the experience I need to know what it's capable of compared to these. Which is a better investment for you? It just depends on what you're planning on printing. If you're just printing small stuff, you don't need the big bed, you don't want the laser, you don't want all that, you don't want dual nozzle, buy the H2S. I thought about it, but I wanted to be able to do multiple colors. I like doing Halloween prints. I like doing Christmas prints. I like multiple colored plant pots. I like all kinds of stuff. I don't just do RC stuff. So I'd say if you're in the market for what I consider to be the perfect setup for me, I'd buy that. But if I was only doing bodies, I would go with it's cheaper to buy the H2S. Now I hear rumors of a new one coming out, H2C, but we'll get into that later, I'm sure. But for now, I would say if you're just looking for a small guy, grab this. But honestly, I'd buy this. Just go for it. But no matter what you buy, it should probably be Bamboo Lab. The software is more user-friendly. There's all kinds of things. Now, there was a little bit of negative feedback about, them locking up the software. But honestly, guys, like, I'm out here printing things I want to print every day. I have no issues. I can export. I can do whatever I want. So I love these printers. I love this company. And if you're out shopping, you could use my link, which will be in the description below. And, I'll show some maybe throughout the video, some time-lapse vids of stuff I've printed. It's wild, the stuff you can do. So thanks for watching, guys. And stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot of videos on printing, a lot of time lapses. Check my shorts, go over to my Instagram, check out my Facebook. I'm doing some stuff on TikTok. I kind of throttled back there a bit. Probably should get back into it. It seems to be popular. But yeah, I'll keep doing what I love doing, and that's building models and printing things. And make sure if you're going to print ABS in your house, guys, you get ventilation. You don't want that in your house. What I've got is piping that goes outside. I know outside it's gone, right? After it gets outside of my house, it goes into space. Anyway, so it goes outside of my house. I don't have that in here around my pets. I made a video about that. You can go check it. I'll link it in the description, or I'll add it to next in the playlist and show you how I did that. It's pretty simple. Inline fan with your 4-inch piping going out. With the X1C, there's files you can print right off of Maker World that let you put a magnetic vent pipe to hook it to the printer. The H2D L comes with it. Screws right on. Super solid setup. I love this thing, guys. I'm going to do a lot of stuff with it. You're going to see a lot of content, but I wanted to get something out there to let you know, like, hey, I'm out here doing this right now. Pay attention, because I'm going to do some stuff that is awesome. Thanks again, guys. Remember, I'm going to say it again. Check my socials, Insta, Facebook, TikTok, and follow me and subscribe here, guys. Thanks for watching.